G'day, guys. So just another quick one here. So this is another Winnie call, and not a great deal happens here, but it does highlight how he will still not accept any accountability, any responsibility for what he did, and Winnie actually points out very well and very clearly why he will never pass rape class, why he will never get any better, because he won't engage, he won't accept what he is. And while obviously that would be hard to do, it's something that he has to do. It's like everyone has issues. Obviously, this is a big issue, having an attraction to children, but he just buries his head in the sand about everything. Cool. So I will start that one playing.
I'm sorry for blowing up at you. This stuff gets old after 11 years, and I'm tired of it.
I know, baby, but I haven't had 11 years of it. I've had 6 real months of it where I've been getting to know you, and I have a lot of questions, and I know you hate answering them over and over again, but I thought maybe you'd afford me the courtesy of getting to know you and getting those answers.
I want to give you the answers, but every time I give you an answer, you can't tell me that I'm lying.
Like, because then you admit that you were
I
lying.
want to tell you things that I've...
go back and tell me the truth, and you say, yeah, that's right, okay, you're right, blah, blah. Like, I know how to get the truth out of you. And you
I want to tell you
about that.
I want to tell you everything that's inside of me.
Ew.
But I'm scared as hell.
I know.
And it's not about having feelings for young girls. I don't have feelings for young girls. I'm so tired of answering questions like that. All this fucking time of this Church of God bullshit. These fucking freaks on there that do this stupid fucked up bullshit. Like they can't get a goddamn life. Me having to fucking take the goddamn class a second time.
Yeah, but it's not because of them. It's because of what you're doing with me right now. And that's ignoring your responsibility and acknowledging you have the fantasies so you can finally move on.
Exactly, Winnie. Absolutely could not have said it better myself. He keeps talking about that he has to take the class for a second time. And mind you, I think he might be up to his 3rd or 4th now. And he will never pass it because he won't take any responsibility. He doesn't do the work they provide. When he is, needs to discuss why he did what he did, it's always just someone else's fault. He was messed up at the time, all that kind of bullshit. And, I mean, my personal opinion, for people like Lorne, if they can't... Because obviously the key to rehabilitation, the key to getting better is admitting your mistakes, admitting... who you are or why things happened, so you can look into putting in steps in place, how you can avoid that. I mean, that's like with anything. That's like with someone that has any kind of addiction, someone that does have anything like that. I mean, that's just the way it is. But Lorne won't accept it, and my opinion on this stuff is that he shouldn't have been let out of jail. Like, if he can't face up to that, and if he won't start making steps, there is no way he should be out in the community, even under the supervision like he is. But as we can all see, even with this supervision, he doesn't follow the rules.
Unfortunately, you're not ready to do that, so I have to leave you
I'm
alone.
not going to acknowledge that I have fantasies about something just because somebody wants me to say that.
No.
I don't have fantasies about... See, you're doing it right now.
No.
You're telling me that you are telling me that I do have fantasies about young girls. And I'm telling you, no, I don't.
You don't
But you're insisting on it. Yes, I do. You're telling me what goes on through my head.
You don't understand that I'm scared to be involved with you because I always get the half truth unless I press, and then I get the full truth, and then you admonish me for that. They weren't asking you the questions I was asking you. Those stupid handbooks are not tailored like a future wife wanting to know and get to the bottom of what the fuck is going on. And why did your counselor say that you could not pass the class? It wasn't because of the internet stuff.
It's because she wanted to see me in a long-term relationship, in a face-to-face relationship.
That's not why.
And that isn't why. And this is another thing where Lorne has been told something and he either just mishears or he chooses to hear what he wants to hear, which I think is more to the point. There is no way a counsellor has said to him, basically, the only way you get out of rape class is by having a face-to-face relationship, because that wouldn't be legal. Like, you can't dictate that someone has to have any kind of relationship. So essentially what he's saying is that no one would leave rape class if they just decided, hey, you know what, I need to be by myself for the rest of my life. I'm a dangerous person, or, you know, I don't want to put myself in a situation where I could reoffend by being in a relationship with someone. He's trying to say that rape class would say, no, not good enough. You must have a face-to-face relationship. What they are again saying to him is the only relationships you have are relationships over the phone where you have not verified these people, you don't know who they are, you don't know if they are of age, you need to stop having those relationships. But what Lorne hears when they say you need to stop having those relationships is you need to stop having those relationships and have face-to-face ones. And he then uses that to say to people like Winnie or Debbie or Casey or whoever the catfish is at the time, is that you have to come here now because that's how I'm going to get out of rape class. It's just absolute horseshit. And I don't have a clear opinion on whether he is just too stupid to realise or if this is a manipulation tactic, because he's hoping that one day they'll turn around and go, okay, Lorne, I understand. I'll come down there so you can get off rape class and we'll be happily ever after.
Yeah, that's what she told me.
You weren't making progress, and that's what they told you.
Because I weren't telling them what they wanted to hear. But she told me because she wanted to see me. See, this is what I don't like. Just because I started talking and you want to start saying something, don't need to yell over me.
I know.
She told me she wanted to see me in a face-to-face relationship. That's the progress she wanted to see.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say what people want me to say just because they want to hear it. Okay. I'm not going to lie and say that I have fantasies about young females when I don't.
You could have left it right there. You're not going to say what other people want you to say, which is the truth. Don't go back. I'm not.
Which he clearly does have fantasies about young girls. I mean, if he didn't, the whole Kayla thing and the chat log wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't have been arrested if he didn't, because if he didn't have fantasies about young girls, he wouldn't have been talking to a young girl sexually. And on top of that, in other calls, which we will get to in time, he has admitted to having fantasies about young girls. He has admitted to, when he sees stories on the news about people that have molested young girls, he gets excited and he tries to picture what's going on. Like, he worded it a bit different, but that is the crux of what he was saying.
I'm not gonna. It's just like you telling me that I do have fantasies about young girls.
You're lying. They were telling you to stay away from people on the internet.
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you tomorrow because you're determined on interrupting everything I say.
Well,
I love you. Good night.
You're filling me full of bullshit like a fucking pedophile in denial. A pedo denial. That's what you are.
I'm sorry for blowing up at you. This stuff gets old after 11 years, and I'm tired of it.
I know, baby, but I haven't had 11 years.
Oops, sorry, the call started from the beginning there again. So yeah, like I say, another short one, but it really highlights how he just is head in the sand about everything. All right, guys, delete your archives. I'll have another video up pretty soon. I'm actually going to record another one now. And that's another classic lawn. Tell someone to delete their archives, to remove the evidence, and then go and talk about everything again.